What's going on, everybody? Kennybomb is in the building, and we have finally reached the week of the official WWE 2K25 reveal. We've seen the pictures, we've been hyped up with these teasers. Now, it's time for 2K to deliver on the big promise they left in this game's description. But can they do it? And what can we expect to see this week? Let's talk about it. But first, if you're new to the channel, I gotta let you in on this secret. I'm giving away 3 copies of WWE 2K25. All you gotta do is drop a like on this video and smash that subscribe button if you haven't already. Because before this game comes out, I will be doing a live stream. And during that live stream, we will be picking our 3 winners. Now let's get into it.
Man, boy, they coming on.
Alright, so I know every year we get excited before these games are released, and then we get the game in our hands, and that excitement tends to die down pretty quick. But this year, 2K is boasting the fact that this is going to be a breakthrough year for the franchise with game-changing features. Now, we've heard about the island, and we don't know what it is yet, but it sounds like this mode is going to be very ambitious, and because of that, this is the most excited I have ever been for a WWE game from 2K. But the island is not the only thing we have to look forward to, because we know about a few changes and upgrades they've made to the game as well. Let's start off with some of these wrestlers' models. So Cody Rhodes was the cover star in WWE 2K24, so I'm sure they put everything into his model at that time to make sure it looked great, just like Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. But he has already gotten an upgrade, and as you can see here, in WWE 2K25, his hair looks better. I think his face looks a lot better than it did in 2K24 as well, even though at that time, I didn't even see anything wrong with it. Now, I'm not sure if this is some type of new technology they're using or if they're just building some of these models from the ground up since this is the breakthrough year, but Cody Rhodes is not the only star who got this treatment. If we move forward here, we see Bayley. Now, I think we're kind of unfair on Bayley in WWE 2K24 because while her first model was horrendous, before the game came out, they actually made it look a lot better. Now, when it comes to this Bayley, she doesn't look bad, but I do want to see how her facial animations look when she's actually moving, because this does not look super accurate to Bayley, but it definitely looks better than what we had in 24. So she's one that the verdict is still out on. The next one we got is Liv Morgan, and Liv Morgan here looks absolutely phenomenal. That face scan, they nailed it. 10 out of 10. But I still stand on the fact that she looks like an anime girl here. This model is almost ready to go into one of those Dead or Alive games. Let's keep moving. And then we got Damian Priest. Now, in WWE 2K24, I did a video where I compared these models to the WWE 2K24 models. Make sure y'all check that one out if you haven't already. He was kind of chubby, and he just looked like more of a cartoon character in 24. This one makes him look a lot more realistic, and, you know, the leather's popping. I mean, let's just give it to the man. Hopefully, The Undertaker gets this same type of leather treatment in his Ministry of Darkness attire. We'll see. And then we got CM Punk. Now, CM Punk, of course, he has a different shirt on here than he has in WWE 2K24, but the model looks very similar to what it did in 24. And actually, he doesn't even really look like this in real life anymore. I think he has longer hair now. So CM Punk's model is going to need a bit of an upgrade, but again, not really much to add to this one just because it does look so similar to his 24 model. Now, I was thinking it was a possibility that everybody kind of got their models rebuilt from the ground up, but CM Punk kind of tells me that's not the case. And we probably don't want that to happen, because if they did rebuild everybody's models, then the roster would probably take a huge hit because there's too many wrestlers. There's absolutely no way they can get everybody reworked in time, unless they were working on this in the background for the last 3 years with the current gen technology. But those are all of the models that we've seen so far. I would say, since Roman Reigns already teased showing something on Monday Night Raw, I think we'll get the box art, and I think we may finally see Roman Reigns in game. And since he's the showcase star and he's going to be the main focus, I think that model is going to look absolutely insane. But speaking of the cover and the showcase star, let's go ahead and take a look at WWE Games X account to talk about some things that we know will be revealed this week and some things we hope to see revealed this week. So they started off with these teases, having superstars predict who the cover star will be on this game. Yikes. They started off with Bayley on the SmackDown end, and she said Pretty Deadly. I mean, come on, Bayley. I love Pretty Deadly, but at this point, I'm just hoping they don't cancel Christmas on those young men. So I think the cover star will be revealed on Monday Night Raw. I can't tell you who the cover star is because we don't know. We don't know. But let's go ahead and move on to the next tease, and this one was actually a big one because there were some rumors that dropped before we got this official news, and this is one that I did not believe at all. So as we know by now, intergender matches will be making a return in WWE 2K25. Now I say this in every video, and I'm going to keep saying it until we actually see it in action, because even though this was confirmed by WWE Games, I still can't believe they are putting intergender matches back in a mainline WWE game. Is there anything wrong with it? Absolutely not. It's a video game. Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, Tekken, everybody does intergender stuff, so why not let it happen in a wrestling game? Now, I saw somebody in my comment section say it's unrealistic and they don't want it in the game, but if they're putting it back in, then there has to be a reason. I think this is tied into a mode or feature that we'll be talking about later on in this video, but I can use Jade Cargill against anybody in the game, so I'm happy. But I do wonder, because if you look at AEW Fight Forever, the wrestlers didn't have ratings. That way it was pretty much an even playing field. And even though over the last few years we've seen Bianca rated in the 90s, we've seen Becky Lynch rated in the 90s, Rhea Ripley, do they keep that rating system in the game, or for the sake of the intergender wrestling, do you take it out? That's going to be something to keep an eye on as well. But they followed up that tease with our showcase star or theme, because it's not just Roman Reigns, it's the bloodline. Now with this, there is a long lineage of family members you can go back and revisit. And my biggest hope is that they revisit Yokozuna, because he had that casket match with The Undertaker. And if he makes it in, then that means Purple Gloves Undertaker makes it back as well. So that's the one match I really hope to see. Other than that, there's going to be a lot of things missing from Roman Reigns' career, just because there's so many wrestlers who were very vital to his career. Brock Lesnar, Dean Ambrose, they are not in WWE anymore, so there's going to be a lot we have to skip over there. At least you get The Undertaker versus Roman Reigns, and hopefully they recreate that promo, because I don't want to see any slingshot stuff. Recreate that promo when he went in the ring on Raw and the crowd booed him out the building, and all he said was, "It's my yard now." Very impactful, and up until this day, that still might be my favorite Roman Reigns moment. But the next thing they tease is probably the biggest tease that we've seen this year so far. And probably the most polarizing, because even though we have no idea what this mode is, some people have been complaining because they want to see the old modes come back. And listen, I get it. Create a story, create a finisher. These are things I've been saying I wanted to see come back in these WWE games for a very long time. And from what it looks like, they may have been sacrificed for the island, but we have never had the island before. This is something brand new. Think about it like this. There was a year where Universe mode was a new mode. There was a year where Create a Story was a new mode. There was a year where Create a Finisher was a new mode. These were all new modes that you fell in love with. In 2025, the new mode is the island. You just gotta wait and see what it is, because this could be the new mode you actually fall in love with. And I see a lot of people saying, oh, this is just gonna be microtransaction island. And you know what? Unfortunately, it might be, but we don't know that yet. Maybe the microtransactions stay in my faction and the island is something that's just really built for us to enjoy. And you know what? I would actually like an in-game currency system on the island where you can play matches or do different things to earn money. That way you can buy new moves or new gear for your wrestler. As long as they don't hike up those prices to make us spend real money to get VC on them, I wouldn't mind. But it's a tricky game, so we'll see how everything turns out. So the island was teased 2 days in a row. While they could have pulled that teaser from Saturday and put it on Thursday, they decided to go with the island twice. So I think this mode is going to be something pretty big and important to this game, because this had to be intentional. Let's see what we got next. So this one actually kind of controversial, because some people were saying it was The Undertaker teasing a Buried Alive match, because when Natalya got to her part, she dropped the UN. But the problem with that is, it's not a Buried Alive match. This is definitely an NXT Underground match. UND, I get it. Undertaker, you see the hole there? It looks like it's kind of a dead man buried alive thing. It's not. This is definitely an underground match because that is a manhole. It's not just a hole, it's a manhole. When you open those things up, you go underground. So 99% chance this is not buried alive, which I would actually prefer. I think this is going to be the underground match, and I think this is going to be WWE's version of the lights out match that we see in AEW Fight Forever. Will we get thumbtacks? Will we get crazy weapons that don't make sense? I don't know, but I absolutely hope so. We'll see. Now, the next thing we got teased here was directly from Cody Rhodes, and he teased the fact that chain wrestling will be making a comeback in WWE 2K25. And this is another thing that I've seen the people be kind of split on. Some people are saying they hate chain wrestling. They hope they can turn it on and off. Some people love it. Personally, I think if they are changing the game in ring, then this will be a nice addition. Hopefully, they get rid of those stupid combos that I know some people love. I don't like them. And hopefully, they get rid of those fighting stances as well. But chain wrestling makes me feel like we're getting back to wrestling. So hopefully, that means more than just this one feature coming back. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. As I'm recording this video, it's Monday, and Monday Night Raw is going to be the last stop before we get to this big reveal. Now, we've heard a long time ago that the commercial has been shot and the commercial is ready. So is it possible we get that commercial on Monday Night Raw, or will we have to wait until Tuesday to get this full-blown reveal? I'm excited. I can't wait to see what the island is. What is the thing you guys are excited for most? Let me know in the comment section. But thank y'all for tuning into this video. Don't forget to drop a like on it. This is going to be a hype week. Make sure you guys don't forget to smash that subscribe button. Bomb Squad, let's get to that.